Chapter 3. It's important that you know what you know. You already know this. At the deepest part of your being, you already know what has just been said. Your purpose in coming to this recording is not to find out something you don't know, but to remind yourself of what you do know, so that you may know that you know. Knowing that you know is a major step in living a life focused on the only thing that matters. You may have forgotten that you know, but the very first remembrance brought to you here corrects all of that. The very first remembrance is that you know that you know. Now you remember that you know, because now you have remembered that you remember. There will be many other equally important remembrances in the explorations just ahead. These remembrances, what you might call soul knowings, are precisely what your soul brought your mind here to encounter. So you may want to keep track of them. It's impossible to overstate the impact of knowing that you know. Remembering that you know releases you immediately from any thought of helplessness, hopelessness, and haplessness. Once you know that you know, you'll yearn to know what you know, specifically. Your mind will want to know what your soul is aware of. It is in your soul that your deepest awareness lies, for awareness springs from knowledge, and your soul is where true knowledge is found. The mind stores experience, which is mistaken for knowledge. And so now you may ask, how can I access all of this knowledge that I supposedly possess? Fair question. Very good question. And the answer? The simplest way to retrieve information that you already hold about life, but may have forgotten that you hold or forgotten how to access, is to call it forth. This is another way of saying, bring it forward, place it at the forefront of your thoughts. You can do this in two ways. One way is to gather it from a place that appears to be outside of you. That's what you appear to be doing right now. And a second way is to gather the information from a place that is inside of you. That is what you are actually doing right now. It looks as if you are doing the first, but you're actually doing the second. You're being invited to meet yourself here. And that is precisely what you came here to do. To Earth, not just to this book. But it will happen in this book and be demonstrated in a most unusual way. Wait and see. One of the things that you already know, but that you sometimes forget, is that nothing happens by accident, and that there's no such thing as coincidence. It is because you know this is true that the appearance of this book in your life at this exact moment cannot exactly be a shock. Of course, it wasn't intended to be a shock. It was intended to be a confirmation. And confirmation is very timely on this exact day, because there are energies, situations, and circumstances in your life right now that have tempted you to seriously question what you know, if not deny it altogether. Don't do that. Do not do that. That will not serve you. This will. Moving even more fully into this moment and this experience will. Trust that your soul knows, always, what will next serve you. In fact, that is why what happens next happens next.